Hello, this is Helen Les, and welcome to the video in which I will answer the question why you are single, and we will look from the point of view what is for you and what is against you in this question. We will look at your thoughts, feelings and actions and how they influence your position. So how you can get into a relationship, get married, what will help you. Now think of a number from 1 to 4, and this will be a number of your spread, tarot spread. There is a timetable below in this video's description, so use it. And now take your time. What's working for you? Now you are beginning something, or you have already begun something and it is developed greatly now. Maybe it is some project, your career, your business, your work, maybe some other project. And this is what helps you, believe it or not. Maybe you develop yourself in the direction of how to meet, to be interesting for men. Maybe you are taking some courses. So I see that there is some action that you are doing now that helps you. Maybe it is about your previous relationship, because I see that you are now being reconstructed. You now reconstruct something after a very strong shift, after a very strong stress. Maybe your previous relationship was very depressing, and maybe even you suffered somehow in the material plane. Maybe lost some money, because I see that you think very much about money. Well, what works against you? I see that there is some money, material questions that work against you. Again, maybe you were left without money, or maybe that is not about money. Maybe this is about some health questions, and this works against you. Maybe you think that you can't afford buying some clothes, for example, beautiful clothes. Maybe you understand that you have to work a lot and you don't have enough time for meeting with men. Something like this. What do you need to work on? In addition to all these problems after the previous relationship, I see that maybe you should work on yes, there are two variants. Some of you have suffered because of some unfair friends, insincere friends, maybe a friend of you who took your man, had love with him, so a betrayer. And some of you have problems and have to work on your friendly qualities. You should become more friendly, more pleasant, more sweet. Well, what are you doing now that will be beneficial for you to get in a relationship? I see that now you are in the position of a victory over your enemies. Maybe this is what helps you greatly. certainly. Maybe you have reached some high position in the society. Maybe this is your social work. Maybe you have reached some great success, rewards, and you show it publicly. And in some cases, I see that maybe you don't understand, but you have already won someone's heart. Maybe you're being together with somebody is in a very near future. Maybe you have already got someone's heart. In some cases, that will be the answer. You see, our reading is common. That's why I show you different variants. Some of you have this, some of you have that, and so on. Yes, I see that maybe in some cases there will be even very soon marriage, very soon family with somebody. I see a family card here. So be high, be appreciated, remain appreciated somehow. Don't lose your self-estimation. Well, what are you thinking now that will be beneficial for you to get in a relationship? I see that this your care of money is something that is very important in your position. Or maybe not money question, but health questions. You should strengthen your material plane. And this is very important. And you should think of it. What are you feeling? What will be beneficial for you to get in this in a relationship? There is some feeling of contradiction, of maybe it is not shown very much. It is something hidden. Maybe it concerns again these hypocritical friends, and you have to struggle with them, and this is the right way. Maybe you have something to struggle within your psychology, to struggle. Yes, some of you really work on your psychological state. As I have already said, this reconstruction after stress. And some of you are really spiritually developed. And you work over your animal instincts for the best, even divine energies, to become really spiritually developed. Yes. Well, now let's speak about that thoughts, feelings, and actions that can sabotage your efforts. In the sphere of your actions, I see that yes, this is very good, that you are like a warrior, a leader, a victorious person, but don't be too strict, don't be as a tyrant, a petty tyrant. You see, there is such a tendency, but not very strong, I can say, but still, don't look like a man. Don't behave like a male. You should be more lovely, because this your position is shown by the card of an emperor. You're like an emperor in your kingdom that you have built, maybe, and you should be like a page of cups. This is a very pleasant, tiny creature with showing very fresh, very sweet emotions. So you should behave in this way. Be more lovely, be more sweet. Maybe you can, in some cases, there can be an advice to spend more time at home, to spend more time enjoying yourself, having a petty celebration. Maybe you can invite somebody to your home. Yes, there is. I have said to you that there is somebody, for some of you, there is somebody who is already almost ready, and you can invite him. Maybe there is only a small step for you. But some of you have to work a little over your these actions. So don't forget to be sweet. So your thoughts. Well, what about your thoughts? Your thoughts are completely about your material plane. Here again, either money or health questions. You think that you must make a barricade against all these money questions, money problems, and you're right. But here maybe it is an advice for you, not in a question of your having a relationship, because I see that all these worries, they don't influence much on your being single or not, but this is simply something that worries you. So you should be more in your money questions. You should find some new variants. You shouldn't be too passive and to get stuck in the your previous stereotypes of behavior, of thinking. Maybe you can find some new ways of getting money, for example. Or maybe you can yes, you should find something new. Yes, you can solve all the problems yourself. Your money questions is the sphere where you should show your masculine qualities, be like a man, but not these relationship questions. Well, what about your feelings? Your feelings, nevertheless, you have failed in your previous relationship. You are full of illusions. Even not in the sphere of your thoughts, but in the sphere of your feelings. Yes, there are some false expectations. Nobody can be ideal. Nobody can be a prince on a white horse. Nobody of us is ideal. Maybe you are yourself not ideal. And we should live, maybe you should break some of your previous stereotypes. about some fairy tale love, these feelings are already broken, and you should yes, you should believe in love, but don't think that it will solve all the questions, that a person must be ideal. We should find some compromise, and we shouldn't be very distressed. We shouldn't feel very broken. You see, the world remained nothing changed greatly in the world because you have parted with your previous partner. The sun rises and goes in the sky. Flowers are blossoming. Nothing has changed. Even though your previous relationship, maybe you overestimate all this stuff, and the cards advise you to refresh your feelings, be more mature, and believe in some relationship that will be new, and don't forget that we can build a lot in our relationship. Very much depends on us. We can construct that we want. You should simply be very attentive to the person with whom you will a couple, but we shouldn't be too fussy at the same time. So try to find the balance here, and don't forget to be sweet. So if you feel that this spread has resonated your situation, then put a like, please. Subscribe to my channel. I want to make videos that will be helpful for you. So see you soon. Well, spread number 2. What's working for you? I see that maybe your previous relationship was unhappy, and you had to be very destructive, and maybe this relationship is not still completely finished, and maybe this is the main point in all of this situation, because what's working for you is you're being destructive. So you should you should finish your previous relationship, maybe with some quarrels, maybe with some sharp situations. Maybe you have to get back something, for example, some property, some house, because I see that you need, what do you need to work on is your house. Maybe in the direct meaning, you simply have to struggle for a house with your previous partner. Maybe it is figuratively speaking. Maybe you simply really need having a house, a home, and this is what is really needed. Yes. And what works against you? Your illusions and false expectations work against you. Yes, you are very conflictless, and in this situation you have to struggle. Yes, you don't want you let things go as they go, and this is the way how people can use you, abuse you, maybe. Yes. Well. What are you doing now that will be beneficial for you to get in a relationship? I see that you are very passive now, as I have already said. Maybe for some time you can go on this passiveness, and this is something that helps you. Yes, you have some period of patience, maybe, not doing any steps, not finding, not looking for anybody. Yes, you have to relax. Maybe you can go to your family, to your parents, to have rest with them. I see that now you have complete lack of feelings, emotions, good emotions, and this is something that must be solved. But you can't be very optimistic now. You can't be very positive now, and it's all right. Well, let's look at those things that can sabotage all your attempts to have a relationship. Your sphere of actions. Now you are beginning something in the material plane. Maybe this is some new work, business, project, and as I have already said, you should be passive now. Maybe it is again a false intention. You should be very careful in this new project. Maybe you should turn to tarot reading, because tarot cards can show us if the project will be beneficial or not, but it is not connected with our topic of relationship. But I see that it can be not very perspective. Maybe the project is alright, but your approach to it is somehow wrong. Maybe you are too hysteric, too emotional, too depressed, and this is what makes it difficult for you to realize. Yes, and if you will change your psychological approach, then you can be successful, by the way. Yes. Because by our feelings, by our emotions, we influence greatly all that we do and our future. Now let's look at your sphere of thoughts. What are you currently thinking that can sabotage your efforts? As I have already said, you had some negative experience previously, and now you are afraid of meeting with someone who will betray you, who will somehow be destructive to your feelings, who can deceive you and not give love. What do you need to change about these feelings, thoughts? You should be a bit childish. You should be more trustful. You should relax and let things happen. When you will find your next partner, you should be more trustful, maybe. I see that your thoughts don't influence very much your situation. The fact that you are alone now, single. Well, your feelings. So your thoughts don't influence too much your situation, but your feelings influence greatly. You feel really resourceless. You feel really lack of any feelings. like a dead earth. There is absolutely destructive emotion in you. Even if you don't feel now it, maybe it is somewhere deep in heart, somewhere deep in subconscious mind, and you should work with it. As I have already said, cards advise you to be more childish and to be more relaxed and trustful and full of enjoyment. This is proved in this sphere also. Believe it or not, but you should trust all those who can become your partners. Maybe you can simply date with this and that person and to choose. The main thing here is to get rid of this fear, of this depression, and then it will be much better. Maybe you have such a situation that you have parted with your previous partner, but sometimes he returns and you are again together. But later on he goes away again and comes back and so on. And this is what really makes you makes it impossible for you to have real relationship. As the first card said, you must be ruinful and you shouldn't make any illusions. So please think maybe you need to get rid of your previous relationship, because I see that it really influences and it really makes you unfree and it really makes you feel pain. It's an unhealthy situation. You should clear out everything. You should decide something. So if you feel that this reading has resonated with you, then put a like, please. Subscribe to my channel. I will be very inspired with it. And I wish you good luck and solving all these questions, and see you soon. So, spread number 3. What's working for you? I see that you are quite artful in the question of relationship, of love, and maybe there is for you such a situation that you have some partners, but by some reason you don't think that you are in a serious relationship, and that's why you're looking this video. Yes, maybe you have several lovers, or you at least have some people whom you give some expectations, something like this. What is working against you? All these sadness, frustration, unhappiness, sorrows about something that is gone now, these all things are against you. What do you need to work on? Maybe there is quite a destructive man somewhere near you, and you must work with him somehow. Yes, you should conquer him. Maybe this is your previous relationship, and now your previous partner is quite destructive for you, and you have to work with him to decide something and to finish the relationship completely in order he didn't take place near you. By the way, for some of you, I have now checked. There is maybe somebody near you with whom you will have a relationship in the near future. Or maybe you are looking this video, but you have someone. As I have already said, maybe there are even several people, because I have seen here quite a lot of men around you. And maybe you should simply choose among them. Well, what are you now doing that will be beneficial for you to get in a relationship? Believe it or not, but you should be like a reversed Knight of Cups. This guy is very magnetic, very attractive, but he acts for his benefit. He can betray, he can tell a lie. Maybe you shouldn't betray, you simply cheat somehow, somebody. You can tell a lie somehow, and this will be useful for in your situation. But you should think quite artfully again about it. Or another advice here, another variant here, is that you should get rid of such a person who tells you a lie. So you can tell a lie a little bit, but don't let anybody to do it with you. And get rid of all those who are not trustful. Well, your thoughts. What are you thinking now that is useful for you? You are thinking now very much about some material questions. Maybe there was a decline in your material plane, a very strong shift of the situation, and a kind of decline, yes. And you should think about all these questions also. And what about your feelings that work for you? Some contradiction with other people will be quite useful in your situation, as I have already said. This is approved by the next card in the next time. So let's now look at what can sabotage all your efforts. So your actions that can sabotage. Don't put yourself into a position of a loser. Be quite artful. I see that you can, and you should go on it. And you should and yes, you should again avoid all those who can betray you and all those who can make you a loser. You should invest time, money, all kinds of resources, energy into someone. Yes, I see that there are a lot of men around you again. Maybe you can invest into someone of them. Yes. Maybe you should break a barrier between you both. One of the men who is near you, he is very powerful. He is very strong, and at the same time he is quite adequate, I can say. He is there is nothing bad in him. Yes, he is quite a good leader of his life, at least. And you should be more attentive looking at him, I want to say. So, and at the same time I see that you are somehow unfriendly to him. Yes, you are very unfriendly. Maybe you are too sad again and don't pay attention to him. And that can cause some, maybe even a quarrel with him, with this guy. Some decline in his interest until it is not too late. Pay attention to him. So, your sphere of thoughts. You think that there are a lot of hypocritical, unfair friends, people, and maybe even that is about a love triangle, someone who betrayed you, had some lover, maybe a lover among your friends, something like this. And this is what you are thinking of very much. But you must give some new chance to someone about whom I have already said. But at the same time, in this sphere, I'll again see that you are too stuck, that you are at a pause, you don't act, and you should. Then there will be a good love, passion, and even very good sex. Sex with the King of Swords, a card that described this man. It's very good, and there is a family card. I have taken some additional card. It is a family card. Yes, everything can be very good. Well, your sphere of feelings. You wait too much, I can say. You should break this strange situation, and you now a kind of struggle with all the pretenders, with all those who can be your lovers and even your husbands. So, and this doesn't lead you to a very good life. So I wish you good luck. I wish you would make a right choice. Maybe some individual reading can tell you more about each person, each man surrounding you. And if you feel that this reading has resonated with you, then put a like, subscribe to my channel. I will be very inspired with it. And see you soon. Well, spread number 4. What's working for you? Your tendency to get reconstructed, to relieve stress that happened in your previous relationship. This works for you. What is working against you? I see that you are too soft and you let your previous partner to make you a loser, to influence you so that you lose something. I see that maybe you are now at a stage of not a relationship, but not also in a finish of a relationship. Maybe there were a lot of quarrels between you, but now there is a ceasefire, a break between quarrels, between the fire that is among you. Something like this. But now you should think about changing your partner. And you should work out some decision. You shouldn't let things stay at this position. At least this is that what won't let you to find any new relationship. Until you don't put a point in the previous relationship, you won't be able to build any new. Well, and the next spread shows it very clearly. Now let's look at your spheres of actions, thoughts, and feelings. What are you now doing that will be beneficial for you to get in a relationship? Here I see that all these routine actions, maybe you work, study somewhere, all that you do now is all right. Maybe you will meet someone at your work, at your studies, and so on. What are you now thinking? What will be beneficial for you to get a relationship? You are thinking a bit about sex, about having some affair. And this is not bad, this is all right for your situation. And what about your feelings? What feelings are good for you now? Here I see again that you will stop something, your previous relationship, very strictly and very abruptly. You shouldn't make very long pauses. Now let's look at the sphere of your actions. Actions that won't be helpful for you. As I have already said, this very long pause, this lack of any decision, absence of any decision, makes you suffer, really suffer. This is that what can sabotage all your efforts. It is shown very brightly here. You should stop it. Your sphere of thoughts. You think that you are finding a way out, that you are thinking of making a peace, how to make a way out. But in your situation, I don't see that there is any way back. I see that you and your previous partner are very in a very difficult relationship. You almost hate each other. There is no way back. And you, what cards advise you, you should go away. And don't stick to the previous partner. That's what you are doing now. Because it will really make you unfree for a long time. You won't be happy at all. There is no way back. Again, I am checking it with some other cards. Yes. And what about your feelings? Your feeling of contradiction is quite right. And you shouldn't Make it secret, make it mysterious. You should show it. And you should be very ruinful. That is what cards say. If you will break the previous relationship, then there will be a new family. In the other case, you will be like a prisoner, believe it or not. Like a prisoner who is tied, her arms and the legs are tied, she is blind because her eyes are tied, and she is standing around a swamp and doesn't know how to walk. This all will happen to you if you don't be confident. So I wish you good luck to make a good choice. If you feel that this reading has resonated with you, then please put a like and subscribe to my channel. I will be very inspired, and see you soon.